Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are using this sketch right here. Now, of course, this is a page maps sketch, and it looks like there's some Christmas bits with the bell and the ho ho ho. I'm not going to be using the Christmas bit as inspiration, and I'm also not going to be using such small photos. I'm using the photos I have, and I have these two outside the window of an airplane photos that need to be scrapped for mine and Lana's Disneyland trip, so I'm going to get those done. I've also pulled in my How to Kill a Kit with Style, so let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so we're going to get started with these two photos, and I'm just flipping through my papers from my kit, trying to figure out exactly what I want to use. Now, I really did like this pink polka dotted paper, and I really like it with this paper right here. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to create a layout with those two papers in the future. This one just didn't happen. So I do grab the wood grain paper and I flip back to my other papers that I have in my box. Those are the ones that I had cut down for another layout, so they weren't full 12 by 12 papers. And I end up going for the striped one instead of this gold foil one. So I really do enjoy the way the stripes in the wood grain work together. And I'm just going to trim that bad boy down. So it does get trimmed down to about a 10 by 9 piece of paper. And I'm also determined to go ahead and use these moths because, oh my word, they are not my thing whatsoever. So I'm going to trim them down so that you're really only getting the color behind it. If you look really close on my finished layout, you could probably figure out that these are moths, but I'm not too concerned about it. It's really just the color I'm getting. So normally I trim my photo mats down to 4.5 by 6.5, and that gives me a good hunk of the paper around my photo. This time, however, I didn't want it, so I trimmed it down even more. And then there we go. That makes me much, much happier. So I have those down, and the sketch, as I said in the intro, calls for 3 smaller size photos. I am not doing that. I don't have 3 smaller size photos right now, and I'm scrapbooking the photos that I have. Now, I do scrap pretty much chronologically. I play within the years. So like right now I'm wrapping up 2019 and I'm also working on 2020. That being said, I need to order photos and I haven't been taking an awful lot of photos. So the only real thing I have photos that I need to order are for our Disney World trip that we took in September. So be prepared, people. There's going to be lots of Disney photos just because I don't have other photos to scrapbook. So, you know, when all you do is work in Scrapbook because, you know, there's a pandemic going on and you can't go do all the fun things, then that's what you're going to do. So I am going to get this burlap down here. I'm going to use that as one of my paper strips that are on the left-hand side here. And I just realized that there was a hexagon over on that bit as well, and I did not put my parts there. That's okay. This is more of an inspired by sketch anyway. That's the beauty of sketches though, you guys. Like you can just figure out what you're doing and go with the flow, like go with whatever makes you happy. So instead of using strips everywhere, I am going to go ahead and use some of these die cuts that I've pulled out for my kit. And what that is going to do is make sure that my colors across the page are cohesive. Now, you guys, I do preach like do what makes you happy, and if you don't want a cohesive color layout, then you do what makes you happy. And I have done that myself where I have put in a shock of color on the layout that really goes with nothing else. But because these are kind of scenic photos and they evoke a emotional response from me just by looking at them. I kind of want my page to all feel one way. I don't want a shock of color. I don't want that extra fun bit in there. The page is plenty fun all on its own with the color palette I have going on. So any airplane photos, through the window photos, all that kind of stuff definitely does evoke an emotional response for me, just because of my husband's job and his job. So any type of these kind of photos makes me think of him. And it's kind of a loving response. It's not like a response, in case you guys were wondering. So now I've got my photos, I've got a postcard down, and now I got to go through and figure out what the heck I'm going to do elsewhere. I thought about adding in this second layer of burlap, but no, I'm not going to do that. I did decide to really represent that jingle bell up there on the sketch with a tag, and these are a roll of tags from Amy Tangerine, and they are from 2013, but they're awesome. They're 40 tag stickers on a roll, and honestly, I just took the next tag that was on the roll. There is one on there that has an airplane on it, and I could have gone with that one, but I just decided go with the next one on the roll and make it work. And it does work because it has a date, place, and a destination line. So I filled that out, 9/19 and Disneyland. Now, Lana's weekend birthday trip was actually 2 weekends of a birthday trip. So we had tickets. I pre-bought the tickets at Target, and we went, and we were talking about things, and I was texting Christopher, and I was like, I really want to get an annual pass. What if I use my tickets and apply that toward an annual pass, and then we'll just bring Lana back next weekend, and that way we'll use the tickets, because you have 14 days to use them, regular tickets, and I'll get an annual pass, and I can hop on a plane and pop over to Disneyland once a month. We live close enough, and it worked. So that's what we did. And then enter COVID, and they stopped. They still charged for a little while because I'm a California resident. I did the monthly payment plan on it, and then they still charged, and then they stopped charging, and then they got rid of the pass holders. And then I got another email that now I'm a legacy pass holder. So I don't know what in the world's going on really with it, but I still have that pass, and I guess I still get the pass holder discounts at some things and websites and stuff. So I got to see what I can do with that. But anyway, I kind of got off tangent there. That was all to be said that Lana's birthday weekend turned into a 2 weekend birthday trip. So yeah, that was awesome. Now I am deciding that I am going to use flowers where the hexagons are, just because I really don't feel like this is a hexagon layout. Maybe if I would have followed the sketch a little bit more closely and would have had the little photos and the little bits and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, guys, like it just doesn't feel like a hexagon sketch. So I am going to get my gold brads out again. And the brads that I'm using now are not scrapbooking brads. They were bought in the office supply section. You can tell because the tines, wow, I can't speak. Because the tines of the brads are really, really long. I am using my pokey tool right here just to be able to get a start with a hole through the page and then get the brads on there as well. And I love the fact that you guys were commiserating with me about the Making Memories pokey tool being the most awesome pokey tool, and how sad it is that it is now dead. Both of them. I had two Making Memories pokey tools, and both of them died on me. Their little tips broke off, so that's sad. I don't know what I'm going to do when these pokey tools break. I got to find my Brad Turner thingy that Sharon gave me. It is in such a special place that I don't know where it is. And I mean, honestly, what that means is I've got to deep dive into this room and clean it out and purge and pull everything off the shelves and clean them. And, you know, I keep my room pretty clean. I keep, you know, the products pretty put away. But I only deep clean it about once a year, and that's when I pull everything off the shelves, every little thing, and clean behind the shelves and all that kind of good stuff. If that is less than you, I'm sorry. If that's more than you, who cares? But that's just how I roll with my room. You know, it's like a quick Swiffer throughout the year, and then like a really good deep clean once a year where everything comes out. And it is about that time. And I do have to say that Caitlin from Gray Florals and all of her purging videos for her as she's getting ready to move has definitely inspired me to do something. I knew I needed to do something with the stamps, so that's going to happen. So yeah, that'll be happening soon as well. So now I am just doing my thing of washi tape on the back just because I don't want these metal pieces scraping up or ruining the other layout that is going to be on the back of this layout inside of the page protector. Now, if you were wondering whether or not this layout was going to get a title, yes it is. I am going to move my title from where it is in the sketch to what works for me on this layout. And that's, if you guys are having fun with the sketches, great. If you are pulling inspiration, and that, I just love it. I love seeing all of the posts and the tags and everything else for Follow a Sketch February. But if you're really struggling with a sketch and it's just not you, or you hate hexagons, or you don't scrapbook any small photos, or you don't use mixed media and there's a mixed media sketch, then make it work for you, or ignore it and skip that day. Like, nobody said you have to do every single sketch on the day that it's supposed to be. I mean, I have to because, you know, it's my series and I committed to doing that. But if you're playing along and you hate a sketch I've chosen, then push it to the side. Do something else that day. I mean, or you don't have time to do it this month. February's crazy for you. Who cares? Do the sketches at another time. Save them for a time when you're ready to use a sketch. Or maybe you're just feeling so inspired you don't even need a sketch right now, then just wait until you do. Like, that's the beauty of scrapbooking. There are no rules, guys. You can do whatever you want. So I made my title, and it says Fly with the Sun. And I thought that was going to be my title, but I do change that up. But first I got to take care of that naked tag hole, because naked tag holes are something that I just can't stand. I might have naked tag holes in older albums, and I have to say, if I flip through them and I see it, I'm honestly not sure if it's going to bother me enough where I'm going to have to go put something in that tag hole. I really don't know. But right now, while I'm scrapbooking, I can't have naked tag holes. It's just the way I'm feeling. So I decided to add more to the title. It was going to be Fly With Me to the Sun, but I don't have any more E's in that rose gold, so I changed it to Fly With Us to the Sun, and that makes more sense because it wasn't a me flying, it was a we flying, so that makes more sense. And then I also got rid of that funky gap between the fly and the with the word to. I'm just going to add a little bit of journaling, nothing super overly emotional. It's just that we loved flying back and forth from LAX and SFO. It is a quick flight, guys. It doesn't take a long time, but it's a fun one. It's just pretty and fun. And we flew early, so we got to see the sunrise, which was gorgeous. Well, that is going to do it for that layout right here. Please make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group and share your creations with us. It doesn't even have to be sketches for Follow a Sketch Friday. It can be whatever you're working on. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.